Hi everyone, it's Sheena Joy. I'm here today to make a card, and this is part of the Kennedy Grace Creations April release blog hop. And she has some beautiful new products, and I'll be using one of the stamp sets today. This one is called Grace's Little Notes. It's a beautiful floral stamp set. It has 3 floral images and really nice sentiments with deepest sympathy, hello, a little note, get well soon, thanks a bunch, celebrate it's your day, just because. And I love this stamp set. I've been working with it for a couple of cards, and I really love how it stamps. It stamps beautifully. So today I'm going to make a shaker card, and what I'm going to be doing is kind of a loose watercolor distress ink background, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I already have one of the floral images mounted on a stamp, and I actually have been practicing, and I actually use this technique for the background already. But I'm going to show you how I did that background with this little round piece here, which is going to go on the front of the shaker. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just smush my distress ink, and I'm going to take my mini mister right here, and then I'm going to spray it. Okay, now I have that all on my, this is just a piece of packaging with a piece of typewriter paper inside, so it can show the color just kind of more true to how it's going to look on the paper here. So just kind of put that all in your ink. And because this is watercolor paper that I'm stamping on, just give it a little extra pressure. And I have it stamped. Now you can see that there's some lines that are clear, and there's some blending going on, some softness with the water, and that's the look I'm going for. Just kind of a more artistic feel. What I had done is I did the background for the shaker, and I didn't realize it was recorded, or it wasn't recording. So this is what I had done, is the same technique I used on this little piece here, I did on this whole piece of paper here, and just did in different orientations with my acrylic block. And you can see what I mean when it dries. You get more of the kind of an artistic, looser feel, and just some that are straight lines. So it's beautiful as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I love that look. So that's going to be my background. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut down this piece so it can fit on the back of a shaker. And I did such a large piece because I want to make more than one card. I'm going to make only one card during the video, but this is a big enough sheet that it can do more than one. Okay, I'm back now. I've cleaned everything up. My craft mat is away, and I've put out the next items I'm going to work with for my shaker. I have a piece of bright pink cardstock. This is from, I got it from Michael's, it's Recollections. It came in a variety pack. I think it's called Jewel Tones. So I'm going to use that. I thought it would be a pretty color to put as a frame for this background. If you kind of look there, they go well together. So I'm going to use the Simon Says Stamp Stitch Rectangle dies to cut out my shaker frame, and also I have a piece of pink fun foam that I'm going to use as the lift I need underneath the shaker frame to allow it to shake. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to cut those frames out. I have my frame cut out, and what I'm going to do next is, I had mentioned this in another video where I was making a shaker card. that after you cut it with the die cut, the die cutting machine, because it uses pressure, it's going to cause the fun foam to spread out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut off a bit off of each edge, just so it doesn't show over the frame. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I have cut out the fun foam. It's a bit uneven, and you're not going to be able to tell that because it's underneath the main frame here. You simply need the fun foam, or if you're using foam tape, that's fine too. Generally I like the fun foam to match the shaker frame window. If you can't, you can't, that's fine, and white always works too. What I forgot to say also is that at the beginning, tape your two pieces together for your shaker window, just because you'll get the spacing right for the front panel and then also for the fun foam if you are using fun foam. So that's a good tip right there. And what I'm using today for the shaker material is this Hollywood Glam Sequin mix, and I'll bring that closer. Oh, there's a piece of fun foam on me. So I'll bring that closer for you to see. Like I said, it's called Hollywood Glam, a nice blend of black and white and silver, and some little flowers in there as well. So I'm going to use that for my shaker material. Alright, so what I decided, because of the background is, like I said, kind of a nice, beautiful, kind of an artistic take on the flowers, I'm going to use vellum instead of acetate for my shaker window. And so I'm going to take the largest rectangle from the two dies, and I'm going to use that to cut out the vellum. That way it's the same size as the front panel. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Alright, I did cut out the vellum with the largest rectangle die, and in addition to that, since I had my die cutting machine out, I also die cut the floral background using the same rectangular die. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this double-sided tape here, and I'm going to adhere my vellum to the back of my shaker frame, like so. Alright, I used the double-sided tape to adhere the piece of vellum behind the main shaker window, and then after the vellum I used the double-sided tape again to adhere the fun foam. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put in my shaker material, and like I said, I'm using Hollywood Glam, and this is from the April release. In addition to this one, I was looking at the leather and pink lace, and I also think I'm going to use this too, because I'll bring that closer for you. It actually has a bit of pink in it, and I want the pink to show through, and I think that'll be a nice addition using the two together. So what I'm going to do before I put this on here is I'm going to use my powder tool, and I'm just going to put it on the side just because of the static of the fun foam. The sequins want to stick to the side, so I'm going to just put a bit of this just to reduce that. Okay, and I'll need my double-sided tape again for this portion. So I'm going to put the double-sided tape here along the edge, or covering the fun foam, sprinkle on my sequins, and then put the two pieces together, and then we'll have the shaker portion. Alright, I have adhered the shaker panel to the card base, and like I said, that's Simon Says Stamp, 120 pound, pre-scored, pre-cut. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere the sequins, just kind of place them here on this main little sentiment piece, and I'm going to get my tweezers, And I'm going to get out my multi-medium mat. I have adhered the sequins to the sentiment piece and right here over to the side. I really love how they bring out the sparkle and the colors, and they're just the perfect accents. And I like how this watercolored flower looks using the distress inks, and it's just, there's nothing like a shaker card for sure. The vellum really worked well with bringing out the softness. Sometimes with black it can be a bit too harsh, but not this time. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and hop along with us. You can see what the other design team members have created. We have some really talented people in our group, and I'll link and list the products used on my blog. And below will be social media links for Kennedy Grace Creations and also for myself below the video. Okay, take care everybody, and hit like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you haven't. I hope you're all well. Okay, bye.